Hello everyone, it is Leo's Fire back again with another review and reaction to the Loki episode 3, and today we are just talking about what's going on in the episode, what I've picked up and what you might have picked up as well. Let me know if there's anything I haven't picked up that you have picked up. I'd really like to know. And anyway, let's start by how the episode starts. And it starts by Lady Loki manipulating the mind of the one of the hunter agents of the TVA agents, and it basically it's like a mind trick of a illusion trying to get information. It really reminded me of Loki, of Legion. I mean, if you've ever seen that, which is kind of like a mind kind of magic kind of thing as well again, and it is very interesting how that works. And also she basically manipulates the woman into getting what she wants and where the elevator are to get into the TVA. And we see Lady Loki get into the TVA, tries to use magic, but she doesn't actually know that you can't use magic, so she's obviously never been there at all, and what is like actually inside. But she is going for the timekeepers at this point. And also, I'd like to know why weapons work, but magic doesn't. So it's like the timekeepers are specifically targeting people with magic and that sort of abilities instead of people with weapons. So I feel like if Iron Man was took there and with his suit, he would be able to use his suit. But if someone like Wanda was took there, she wouldn't be able to. For me, during this part of the episode, when I thought, because Lady Loki's like, do not call me Loki. And you basically see Prime Loki follow her everywhere she goes, into the TVA, through the portal. And you basically see that Lady Loki doesn't want to be called Loki at all. And during later on the episode, she says, my name's Sylvia, which I feel is like she's going to turn into Enchantress. She's going to name herself Enchantress because the series is heavily focusing on her ability to enchant people. So I think she won't be a different person. I think she is Loki from a different reality. I just think she's going to turn into Enchantress. So it'd be this version of Enchantress. And Lady Loki with the talking and the basically arguing with each other, the Prime Loki and Lady Loki, you see that Lady Loki says this was a plan years in the making, years in the making. And you also see the fact that she try when they get to near where they're wanting to go, the timekeepers, Ravonna for doesn't actually care if Loki dies when Sylvia takes Loki like hostage, saying I'll kill him. Ravonna doesn't care. She's like, do it then, for all I care. And you basically see that they're about to get like eliminated, and Loki pulls the pad, the time travel pad, and opens up a time door, and they fall to where this was as Lamentus. And you actually see the Lamentus is going to actually be destroyed. I looked it up as well. You can do it. It's Lamentus 1, the actually moon of Lamentus. It's on the edge of Kree space, but in an alternate reality in 2077, where that was, on the Earth 1 and 5 nines, that is the reality of it. So it's not Prime Earth, it's not the 616. And you basically see that they're ruined. They're arguing, saying, you've ruined this, you've ruined a plan years in the making. And you see Lady Loki tries to enchant Loki but fails because he's got a stronger mind. And later on she explains the enchanting to the point of saying that weaker minds are easier, stronger minds are more worse, because it's like a duality of who's in control, kind of like maybe Hulk. Like you've got the Banner side and Hulk side basically fighting each other to take control. And she basically says she has to manipulate the mind of the person with their own memories to basically put them like in a room, like elsewhere in their own mind, so they don't get out and they're pacified. And you see that they're all in a doom apocalypse doom place, and that Lamentus 1 is going to be blown up with the moon crashing into Lamentis and everything gets destroyed. And the time pad is broke, and they're needing the energy of the ark that's going to get everyone off the place to survive, but they're actually needing that power to get back to the TVA. So, and they do this, they plan this quite easily. They don't really think about the other people who's dying. And they're basically arguing, like, they don't trust each other, they try and manipulate each other, play games with each other. And they come across this abandoned kind of shack in town, and there's one place that they try and walk into, but there is an old woman sitting there ready with a gun, and Loki sees a picture of her husband and tries to pretend to be her husband, and she shoots him just simply because she says, Patrice was never that nice to me. And it basically ends up like that, and she calls them devils, which is a callback to probably where in the first episode there is a picture of the devil, and it is supposed to mean Loki, not Mephisto. And you see basically them going to the ark where the woman actually tells them where it is. And the only fault I found in this episode was there is no aliens. They're going to all these different places, and there is absolutely no aliens. They're humans. They're not even like different coloured humans or anything. It's like, it seems a little bit lazy in that sense, but I don't really mind it. It's just like a movie in itself, and I'm not going to get picky. It's just a small thing. And you see them kind of manipulate their way on board of the ark by Loki pretending to be one of the officers and take Lady Loki as a prisoner. And they get on, they basically start relaxing a little bit. Don't trust each other yet. And they start talking about each other's past, and Loki talks about his mum and how she taught him magic and she believed in him. And Sylvia just kind of listens and basically saying, what is love? Did you have anyone that you loved? Did you have anything? He says no. It basically confirms that he's been with princesses and prince, which is just that's his character. He's gender fluid, and he's not very one side or the other. It's just how Loki is. That's actually his character from the comic, so it's not something that's done to be changed into a political statement or anything like that. Then Loki basically starts relaxing. They start trying to just relax and sit back a bit until they get to the ark. And then you find Loki's getting drunk, and it is quite funny, and it ends up singing an in Asgardian to Lady Loki. I have no idea what he's singing, but it seems very personal and intimate in a sense, certainly the slower parts. Then, when he's finished his drink, he smashes the glass and shouts another, which is very much like what Thor done in the first Thor movie, which I found quite fun and funny. And then when they get caught on the train, they basically get chucked out a window, and Lady Loki saying, I've spent my entire life running from the TVA. So that's her full entire life. They've been chasing her. So this is, I feel like that's going to be very important for her story, where she came from and everything. And they find out when they're talking about each other, Lady Loki was actually told she was adopted. It wasn't kept away from her. But Prime Loki is the one from our universe, was kept away from that he was adopted. And we find out that Lady Loki says the TVA is full of variants. This is the biggest part of the episode for me personally. To find out that they're completely all variants is a very big thing for Loki, and as well as us, the viewers, and it basically shows us that these timekeepers aren't all that their propaganda says about them. And we get to see Loki's reactions, which is basically our reaction as well as the viewers. And he says, I've been told that all these people in the TVA were created by the timekeepers, but they are actually all variants with their minds erased, because she says about the hunter that she manipulated, saying she had to pull a memory from years and years ago to basically get her into a false sense of security. And they basically build this kind of rapport and trust, and they're going for the arc still. Everyone's fighting to get on this arc. It's like a very, very, very strong scene, and they basically try to fight their way in. They're getting tossed about. The planet above them is getting cracked up as well, and it starts like going really bad. It's very near the end of the civilization on there, and they get near to the doors of the ark, and it just completely explodes. And everyone, even the people who are fighting to get on the ark, just stop. Everything's silent. Then they just walk away because there's nothing else to do. They are trapped. They're going to die. Well, so it seems. They won't, obviously. But that is where the story is left. So for me, this was a great episode. Very, very great. It's very character building for the two Lokis. It's exciting to see where I feel like Lady Loki is going to turn into enchantress. Call her same, call herself enchantress, and there might be a relationship between the two Lokis. He might actually end up falling in love with himself. They might end up being like these bitter best friends. You just never know, and it's exciting where this show could go on. Certainly for the multiverse, because we've still got to see the version in the trailer where Lady Loki, Prime Loki, is sitting on Asgard's throne. That'd be very exciting to see for myself. I'm sure for you, the viewers, as well. And I'll see you in the next video. Thank you. If you like and subscribe, if you've made it this far, it'd be great help to myself and my channel. I'll see you in the next video.